Speak kindly to yourself. It's who you talk to the most. Welcome to Choose to Rise. Welcome to Public House Media. My name is Kim Meyer, and I am so glad that you're here with me today. Today, we're going to be talking about a subject that is near and dear to my heart: how to stop being hard on yourself. This is something that I work with women on all the time. We, as women, take on the world. We have to feel like we are superwoman all the time. We're moms, we're wives, we're community members, we have to work so hard at our jobs. We always have to feel like we're proving ourselves over and over and over again. And it can be really hard. It can be really easy, actually, to be super hard on yourself and feel like you have to be doing more, being more, giving more, serving more, doing more. And you just need to kind of step back sometimes, and being hard on yourself is actually and it's an unfortunate effect of feeling like you have to be perfect, feeling like you have to serve all and be all and do all for other people to be valued and be worthy. We have to blame ourselves for these kinds of things, and we chastise ourselves for the things that we've done wrong or the things we haven't done well enough, or yada, yada, yada. Today, I want to speak to you about how to speak to yourself, how to be good to yourself, how to overcome some of those feelings of anxiety and perfectionism and all of that jazz, and really just learn how to stop being so hard on yourself. If you want to connect with me more, if you like this episode and you want to be a part of more of them, you want to hear more, head over to chooseToRiseUp.com. You can scroll to listen more on our podcast and just find all the past episodes there. You can also check out my story, find out more about what I do, see if we want to work together sometime. And I would love to connect with you. So any of the pages, scroll to the bottom and go to the Connect With Me section and just send me an email. Let's chat about how I can help you, how I can serve you, how I can be there for you in your life. All right, let's get rolling here. How to stop being hard on yourself. There's one person that you're going to spend the most time with, and that is yourself. And so speak kindly to yourself. You are the one you're going to talk to the most. All right, step one, no matter what our anxiety tells us, our society tells us, our perfectionism tells us, you can move forward from feeling like you are not enough, feeling like that you have to prove yourself to everyone else, feeling like you just are not, you're not good enough, fast enough, smart enough, whatever it might be. Stop giving anxiety and depression and societal rules and the fake news that you see everywhere. Stop bringing that down and start focusing on the good. The more we focus on the positive things in our life, the more positive our life will be. And I know that sounds so cliche, but it is so true. These tips I'm going to share with you will help you become less critical of yourself, reduce some anxiety in the process, and hopefully give yourself some grace in the whole grand scheme of things. The first thing I have for you is separate yourself from the problem. Anxiety is sticky and clingy, and once it's in your head, it doesn't want to let go. Once you have that kind of negative thought that it likes to just be there, right? It's kind of like sticky gum in your hair and you just can't get rid of it. But separate yourself from the problem. The farther back you can step and the farther away from the situation you can get yourself and separate yourself from the problem, the more clarity you're going to have in life. It's kind of like getting yourself out of the forest or getting yourself out of the trees so you can see the forest. Being able to back up from the problem, look at what's causing it, look at the solution, be solution oriented, looking at, just figuring those kinds of things out, talking to someone about it, being able to see the big picture instead of just the tiny little minutia details. Problems don't make you a bad person. Problems make you a stronger person. And so when we can look at the decisions that we're making, we can look at the situations that we're in, and we can learn to look at the solutions and look for the good in the problem, look for the lessons that we can learn from the situation. That's where we grow and change, and that's where we can get out of the situation. So stop being so hard on yourself. Get out of the small details and into the bigger picture. And remember that problems don't make you a bad person. Problems make you stronger and a more gracious person. The second thing is keep it to the issue at hand. Once we start criticizing ourselves over the one thing, the harsh treatment easily grows and spreads, and it becomes a huge blob of threats that just engulf us and make us feel more and more horrible. When you start to think those negative thoughts, you start on the spiral pattern down into your heart and your mind. And you can, all of a sudden, you're going to start feeling bad about everything that's going on in your life. One grumpy or cranky decision and mindset can start to leading to now yelling at your kids and making making them feel bad, yelling at your parents, yelling at your spouse, being negative and minded and being just grumpy in general to other people. Your energy bleeds out into everyone around you. And the same thing for other people. So keep it to the issue at hand, making sure that you're taking deep breaths, you're not overgeneralizing the mistake, you're not thinking about all of the negative, all the, oh my goodness, all this life is going to be so horrible situation. Again, calm down, breathe, and focus on the what is actually happening. Don't bring all the past things into the situation. Just remind yourself that this is the thing that I'm working on, and this is the thing that we're going to overcome. The third thing is to change to more accurate thoughts. Now, we think bad things about ourselves. We think more, as we think those negative things about ourselves, they get more loud and obnoxious. But but that doesn't mean they're accurate. Have you ever been in a room where there's just one person that is like, wah, 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 and you're like, dude, sit down. Tell yourself to sit down and stop criticizing yourself. One bad mistake does not make you a bad person. One bad choice does not make you a bad person. So you get to decide of all the good things that you have going on in your life. I was at a conference once, and there's a speaker that was listening, and he was talking about all, there's lots and lots of people in the world, and when you really think about all the people that you know, we'll just say 1,000 people for easy numbers. 1,000 people. And so many of them are loving on you. You see them, they smile, they're happy with you. They maybe make positive comments on your social media. Thousands of people that you've impacted or that you've had a positive relationship with. And then there's that one person that says something negative. Maybe it's you, but there's that one thing that happens. And then he says, you're bad at math. You're bad at math if you're going to let these thousands of people who love you and support you and encourage you be wasted because one person says something negative. One person wipes out all the good that's in the world. He says that's being bad at math, and I completely agree. So focus on the things that are positive in your day. Focus on the good things about yourself and not always the bad things. One mistake does not wipe out a lifetime's worth of good deeds and good living and all of the good things. Focus on your strengths, focus on your skills, make sure people good people make mistakes, but the more we can do the right thing and then name those good things that we're good at and live in our strengths, the more better off we're going to be. And the last one I have for you is to act. Criticizing yourself doesn't move you forward. Being hard on yourself keeps you stuck. To get unstuck, you have to make a mistake in a positive way, to motivate yourself, to shape your goals, and to take action to accomplish those goals. Self-criticism is super hard, and being hard on yourself is a damaging way that you can live and continue to spiral downward. But if you can take action and find the solution, if you can take action and do something positive to counteract it, if you can take action and just keep moving forward, you're going to not only get yourself out of a tough situation, but you're going to get yourself into a positive. You're going to give yourself strength. You're going to see that you can overcome the struggle. You can start doing more in your life. And the more you experience, the less anxiety you're going to have, the less pressure you're going to feel on yourself, and you can get yourself into shape. You can help yourself get into the goals that you want to achieve by taking action to get there. To get unstuck, you have to use your mistakes in a positive way. You have to see the lesson. You have to see the good. You have to motivate yourself to take charge and go be the person that you want to be. So number one is separate yourself from the problem. Number two is to keep it to the issue at hand. Number three is to change more accurate thoughts, to thinking about the things that are positive about you. And number four is to act. Get unstuck is to take action, to get moving, and to start grooving again in the way you're doing things. I thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate that you push play here on the Public House Media podcast. A huge shout out to Mana FM in Hungary, Budapest. Thank you so much to so many of you that are listening from all around the world. I got word the other day that we have amazing listeners all over this planet, and I am just so honored and blessed to be a part of into so much of things. So Saudi Arabia, Slovenia, Iceland, Ghana, Mauritius, I'm sure I butchered that name, Barbados, Bermuda, Hungary, United States. There are so many amazing places that God is spreading my voice, and I thank you all so very much for being a part of this. I am just so honored that you're here. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope and pray that you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and that you can get yourself out of feeling so stuck, that you can love who you are, who God made you to be, and that you speak kindly to yourself, because it's the one person that you're going to talk to the most, and you might as well be kind to yourself. Have a good day, everyone.